This segment of DelmarvaLife is brought to you by Mast Audiology.
The holiday season is a celebration for the senses. You see the delightful decorations.
You feel the coziness of a holiday home.
You taste the heavenly hot cocoa.
You hear the sounds of the season. But imagine you choose to miss all of this because of a deficiency in one of your senses, hearing.
Sadly, a lot of people forego festivities because they just can't hear what others are saying while they're in a crowd of people. So, we have with us listening to, we are listening to the experts from Mast Audiology this afternoon. With us is Shekinah Mast, who is the owner and audiologist, as well as owner Jared Mast, and the hearing instrument specialist, right? Okay. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. It's wonderful to have you.
Good to see you.
So, let me start from the beginning. Tell us what audiology is.
So it is basically looking at your hearing. So testing your hearing to determine if there's a loss or not, and then treating the hearing loss. But audiologists also remove wax, treat tinnitus, and those type of things as well.
So why do you think people are hesitant to get their hearing tested?
I think there is still a stigma. It's a, feeling that I'm not old enough for a hearing test or something along those lines. But also we see a lot of not admitting that you're struggling, essentially, is what I'm going for. Sorry.
Denial.
So yes, like kind of, they were obviously mumbling, teenagers don't talk clearly, that type of thing, when really you're not hearing everything that's happening. So. Yeah.
So do you get a lot of feedback? Have you heard back from people who say, yeah, I'm just having a hard time when the family is around and everybody's talking at once, I can't hear anybody saying anything and it's hard, it makes me cry. Do you get a lot of that back?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. And quite a few when you, after we've tested them and we sit down and we put the hearing aids in to just let them see what they're missing. It's kind of an eye-opening moment for quite a few, but normally they say, well, it's only in this scenario or that scenario.
I do just fine one-on-one.
One-on-one.
Right.
Well, there are reasons for that.
Yeah, not realizing how much they're missing.
Yeah, and then when they do get their hearing corrected, they come back and they're enjoying the things that they might have avoided because of that.
Or didn't even realize how much they were missing.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
So the family situations, I can see it a lot, the Thanksgiving parties, the Christmas parties. What are some other situations that people might not realize that they're missing a lot of what's going on?
So restaurant scenarios are a big one for hearing loss. And even just like the world is not silent. So walking around your house, I had a patient once actually who came back after a week of having hearing aids and was like, I have a bone to pick with you. He was like, my favorite shoes squeak and now I can't wear them. And I was like, I'm so sorry. It's like, I had no idea how annoying I was.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, and they're my favorite and now they're just gone because I can't do it.
I imagine it's like seeing all the colors when you lived in a black and white world.
Oh yeah.
Sure. So let's talk about your business a little bit. Family owned, why is that important?
So every single patient is treated individually and uniquely because they are unique.
Sure.
Yeah. So a hearing instrument specialist, pretty self-explanatory, but tell me about what kind of testing you go through when you're testing hearing. What can you look forward to experiencing?
A lot of new information. Of course, you have to have the national test and then the state test and get licensed and all that. But pretty much working under the audiologist, which is great because I have a good relationship with the audiologist, and she's a very gracious teacher as well. So if there's any questions that I ever have, of course I can, go to the side and pull her aside and say, hey, what about this scenario? Because there's some patients where the test can show different things or imply, different circumstances that might not come to my mind right away because not being in the profession as long as she obviously has. Implications of diabetes or sudden loss versus gradual loss, that's a big one.
Differences between your ears.
So for instance, the hearing loss you would experience from like a gunshot or being too close to a speaker at a concert is very different than the hearing loss that like a factory worker would have after years of working in the factory. The type of loss is different. And so being able to recognize that is interesting as well.
Wow.
Well, we are so happy you came in
Yeah.
this afternoon to talk about this.
Absolutely.
Very important.
for
You know, you
having
don't want to
us.
miss out on those wonderful gatherings during
Absolutely.
the holidays. Shakina
Absolutely.
and Jared, thank you so much.
You're very welcome
Thank
to.
you.
Don't go away. Delmarva Life will be right back.